Hi, good afternoon, and thank you very much for joining us this afternoon. Thank you very much to Residency Unlimited for this meet over lunch, and many thanks also to Rockefeller Brothers Fund and Cuban Artists Fund for this opportunity of development and professional development for me. Thank you very much. For several years, I have worked in Cuba researching the life and work of the outstanding Cuban artist Servando Cabrera Moreno. As part of the curatorial team of the museum that bears his name in Havana, I have also worked on several other contemporary Cuban art projects, and more recently, I have been the coordinator of the cultural platform Fondo de Arte Joven Youth Art Fund in Cuba. Servando Cabrera Moreno and the Youth Art Fund are the two fundamental lines of my work present. Both are great passion for me, professionally speaking. So for several days, I debated between which of them would be the ideal one to make this presentation. I should note that as part of my experience in Residency Unlimited, I was able to access the documentary source of the Art Student League of New York and learn about Servando Cabrera's days as a student there here in 1946, an opportunity that I consider very important for the future research on the artist. Many thanks to Residency Unlimited for this opportunity. Many thanks, Natalie, Data, Julia, Marco, and all the team. Thank you very much. It was very important for me. So I could start this presentation talking about the umbilical cord that connect both facets of my works, because Servando was also an excellent teacher and a reference even today for new generation of artists in Cuba. And it was precisely with the purpose of paying tribute to him in the program of activity for the centennial of his birth in 2023 that the Youth Art Fund echoes his work as a teacher to define the curatorship of an exhibition where young artists revered several of his creative stages, his themes, his legacy in general. This exhibition was entitled Landscape for the Next Century, a title we took from one of the artist's homoerotic work. So landscape for the next century, or where is it the same, a life impulse for a project like Youth Art Fund, which, like Servando, was born in Cuba with an strict sense of permanence. So thank you very much, Servando, for allowing me to be here talking about young Cuban artists. I'm sure you would have loved it. And thank you. What is the Youth Art Fund? The creation of the Youth Art Fund as a platform for promotion, professional development, exchange, and support for emerging arts was an idea of the Swiss Agency of Development and Cooperation, led by the then cultural advisor and deputy director of cooperation, Lorenzo Suarez, and which I attended as a consultant since the beginning of the idea. As is usually happens in this type of initiative, the interest was mediated by indicators and social issues that commonly mobilize cooperation agencies around the world, such as the need to support emerging cultural creation, promote social inclusion, and extend the professional development of young artists in contexts where traditional structures are not enough to ensure equitable opportunity. This agency recognized that art is not only a cultural expression, but also a tool for social and economic change, which is why initiatives such Youth Art Fund respond to the urgency of providing access to resource, visibility, and international exchange network to a new generation of creators. In this context, the Youth Art Fund emerged as an original proposal that combined several urgent needs of the youth art in Cuba: exhibition spaces, scholarships, promotional and logistic support, visibility, invitation to participate in international projects, as well the professional accompaniment and academic advices. Many will have joined this initiative, which has become a reality thanks to the donor and partner that the Youth Art Fund has managed to bring together in an unprecedented way in the panorama of Cuban culture. Civil society organizations, foundations, together with an interdisciplinary team, the driving force behind our works. And then the Iceland border became too short, and we decided to expand the platform to an international context, at first because we realized the need for Cuban artists to interact with other artists, curators, and spaces outside Cuba, then as part of our global vision of creative process and culture in general. The first of this international exchange was in October 2023 with the Cuban IT Creative Residency programs, with incredible results for both Cuban and Asian artists selected through open calls. At this point, it is important to mention that Youth Art Fund works through open calls, contests, and awards. The artists and projects are selected by specialized juries. Our main exhibition space is the Salón Blanco Gallery in Havana, and we also organize the annual malaYerba Emerging Arts Contest. There are some illustrative images of malaYerba contest, our communication, merchandising, and the result of personal exhibition of our winning artist. In terms of communication, the Youth Art Fund is promoted through website, which also function as an access route for digital form for open calls. In addition, its presence on social network has been a key to giving visibility to emerging projects and artists. The fund has also generated creative habitat and innovative cultural products, contributing to reflection and debate around young art, both for new generation of artists and for established artists, specialists, and consumers. We have earned the trust of public and private organizations, corporation agencies, businessmen, and individuals. We have made friends. And above all, this has been a genesis of a valuable impulse for the development of a new generation of artists. It was the spot of malaYerba contest in the second edition this year. It's one of the example of our works in terms of communication, social medias, and promotion for Cuban artists in this context. I think it's a very important work because promotion and it's very important for Cuban artists. Cuba is an isolated island, and for many time, Cuban artists was not connected with other arts in the world. Today, it's possible with the social medias, with internet, and the Youth Art Fund make this work possible. And in this context, Cuba is a very, very, very important option for Cuban artists. The Youth Art Fund, born in a context of international cooperation, has faced the challenge of integrating different languages in the management of the platform, in our speech, in our communication, and in our interaction with the different creative process. Creating in this context poses particular challenge and dilemmas which invite critical reflection on the dynamic of power, representation, and cultural sustainability, while implying the need to negotiate between different cultural and institutional expectations. Starting from more general theoretical conception, as part of the experience of Youth Art Fund, we have proposed to defend a balance between the demand of global visibility and local realities. We must keep in mind that Cuba is a country with a rich artistic tradition anchored to a complex history of economic and political isolation, where resources are limited and the access of material, technology, and exhibition platform is usually conditioned by external factors. A unique terrain that can be both an opportunity and a space of tensions. So I believe that there must be in the curatorial exercise a responsibility toward authenticity in the representation of this creative process, ensuring that emerging young voices are present in all their complexity and diversity. On the other hand, there is the impact that international cooperation can have on the development of methodology associated with the project. I would like to refer in particular to one of the current conditions that establish age limits between 18 and 35 years as a requirement to apply our open calls. These restrictions respond to parameters established by the context of the platform emergence in the field of international cooperation, as well by the usual work methodology of this organization, which tend to focus on a specific sector of the population, like young people. Despite this, the Youth Art Fund has managed to incorporate artists from other generations through group exhibitions that promote a necessary intergenerational dialogue between the diverse voices that make up the Cuban discourse inside and outside Cuba. We are precisely here to add international voices to this project. And all this extends to the principle of sustainability. Many times, artistic projects promoted by corporations, agencies, are subject to a specific schedule and agendas that respond to the interests of a specific institution. To counteract this dynamic, we are committed to a strategy that promotes the training, empowerment, and autonomy of artists, ensuring that the benefits of international cooperation last beyond the founder circle of specific exhibitions. Our open calls are created specifically to this purpose, and to be sustainability the project of the artist, to give them learning about autogestion of these ideas, his project, and his entrepreneurs. These are some results that I want to share with you.
Mi nombre es abrir el campus de Neida. Estudié nivel medio en la ciudad, en la Academia Profesional de la FUN. En el 2010 entro a primer año de LISA. Ahí cursé los 5 años de estudio y me graduó en el 2015. La exposición que presenté al Fondo de Arte Joven, en particular el prestidigitador, es una muestra que se va a realizar en Galería Servando en el mes de septiembre. Va a estar contribuida en su totalidad por esculturas. 5 van a ser bustos. Una de las esculturas va a estar construida con 2 bustos. Y una de las esculturas, es decir, la sexta escultura, va a ser una figura humana completa que va a entrar en diálogo con el resto de las obras de la exposición. En este caso, lo que estoy haciendo es poniendo una forma de arte que ha sido ya desechada por el contexto artístico contemporáneo y la regreso al contexto y la coloco, pero la coloco diferente, es decir, y la escultura se transforma. Yo creo que iniciativas como la del Fondo de Arte Joven son fundamentales a la hora de impulsar la carrera de jóvenes artistas por el hecho de que por la propia condición de joven, su obra no está insertada en ningún mercado, su obra no es lo suficientemente conocida por curadores, por todo el grupo de personas que giran en torno a la figura del artista. Y el fondo es decir, le brinda esa plataforma, es como una especie de plataforma donde el artista joven se lanza y lo ayuda a financiar su producción y a darse a conocer, que es muy necesario para gente más joven que yo y de mi generación.
Mi nombre es Neida y he sido beneficiada con el apoyo del Fondo de Arte Joven en su primera edición para una serie de esculturas que llamamos La Forma Olvidada de Donde Viene y que es trabajo de infraestructura que fundé en 2016 junto a Fernando Martínez.
En este caso queremos hacer una exposición de esculturas en hormigón negro, donde estas esculturas van a ser tan directas y tan mudas y tan como ausentes de significado que va a reforzar nuestra propia obsesión por una arquitectura que solo vive a través de las palabras, una arquitectura narrativa.
Desde infraestructura buscamos hacer una arquitectura que sea una manifestación de otras cosas, que implica todo un proceso de interacción con muchísimos factores en la realidad, con muchísimas otras personas, pero a la vez un proceso de creación que busca siempre construir un discurso y utilizar diferentes recursos en ese proceso, que pueden ser diferentes cuerpos de la arquitectura y que puede ser para nosotros, por ejemplo, la escritura. Para nosotros es una gran alegría que surjan este tipo de iniciativas, de las que hay muy pocas, son prácticamente inexistentes los proyectos que simplemente le dan la oportunidad a artistas jóvenes de que hagan lo que quieren hacer, lo que vienen haciendo y lo que no es relevante para más nadie que para nuestras propias carreras o para el público que va a compartir con nosotros lo que tenemos que ofrecer.
La fotografía analógica tiene como ese uso, digamos, artesanal en el que yo puedo involucrarme con la obra. Mi nombre es Residency, soy graduado de la Academia de las Artes San Alejandro y luego en LISA estudié diseño escénico. Llego al Fondo de Arte Joven y me entré en una convocatoria en Instagram y decidí postularme. En este caso, un proyecto que venía realizando desde 2021 que se llama Bitácora de los Vídeos, que nace a partir de mi relación con un pueblo en la periferia habanera. Es un proyecto más bien documental, aunque tiene cierto nivel de introspección, y cierta ficcionalización a partir de ese imaginario, digamos, documental, que tiene que ver con temas como la vida y muerte, la relación entre la vida y muerte, la relación de las personas con el medio, en este caso un medio rural, la evasión también como un conflicto existencial en los jóvenes, en la juventud. En el caso de este proyecto, se va a concretar en un fotolibro. El fotolibro es un medio, digamos, que es sumamente importante para el fotógrafo, porque al crear un libro, el fotógrafo puede establecer una secuencia, puede establecer, digamos, una narrativa específica, y es como una especie de objeto que las personas pueden llevarse a sus casas, pueden ampliarlo cuando quieran. Es algo que en Cuba no se hace mucho, porque requiere de medios específicos, de imprenta, de una serie de editoriales, de cosas que aquí en Cuba es muy complicado. En este caso es un proyecto que es autopublicado, y el Fondo de Arte Joven me ha brindado las herramientas para yo, digamos, llevar eso a término. El proyecto del Fondo de Arte Joven tiene una importancia tremenda en el contexto actual cubano, ya que apoya desde el punto de vista material a los artistas jóvenes, y eso es tremendamente provechoso, muy importante, porque debido a la precariedad que hay en el contexto cultural y lo difícil que es crear. En un momento en el que el mundo va tan rápido y hay como una especie de bombardeo de imágenes debido a las redes sociales, también me permite a mí, de alguna manera, digerir lo que hago de una manera más pasiva, más lenta, y profundizar en los temas que abordo.
I have to say thank you to the Youth Art Fund team for make possible the subtitle of this video in record time. Thank you, Caridad, Claudia, Rene. Thank you. I love you so much. This has been a great initial challenge for us, to which we have later added others, more directly related to the curatorial practice. The curatorial process within the Youth Art Fund, particularly in the context of the exhibition held in the Salón Blanco, has also navigated between question and opportunity derived from the diversity of work and projects received through the open calls. This is the Salón Blanco gallery in Havana. The diversity, which range from the different artistic disciplines to a very varied conceptual and aesthetic approach, pose a specific challenge in terms of the selection of works, the articulation of a current curatorial discourse, and the maximization of limited resource in terms of space and mountain. One of the first challenges is the selection process, where the jury must navigate among the wide range of proposals emerging from a complex and plural artistic context. The open card attracts young artists who are exploring a wide diversity of themes and visual languages, from those more intimate and personal to others that address the social and political issues of contemporary Cuba. The breadth for this proposal generates a challenge for the expert who must guarantee, in the specific case of the annual malaYerba Visual Art Contest, a selection that reflects both the richness of emerging production and the ability of the work to dialogue in a shared exhibition space. After the selection, I think it's important to mention the relationship between curator and artist as central in this context. It is important that the curator does not limit himself to selecting the work, but act as a critical mediator who accompanies the artist in the development of their visual discourse, contributing to their critical formation, providing them with tools, and reflect on their creative process in their insertion in the contemporary artistic context. At Youth Are Found, many of the participants are in early stages of these careers, often participating for the first time in a more formal exhibition circuit, which turn the relationship into a space for mutual learning and professionalization. The dialogue between curator and artist can generate valuable reflection on the conceptual approach, the media used, and the way in which the work dialogue with the exhibition space. Especially when we are talking about supporting creative projects that began to materialize from the selection of the winner of the platform open call. And so we are the project since the beginning, and the opportunity to work around the development of this project is very important. This collaboration, when built in an open and fluid manner, allow artists not only to polish this proposal, but also to deepen their awareness of how this work are inscribed in a larger context, both within the gallery and the artistic ecosystem. In this sense, the Youth Are Found is not only a starting point, but also a place of maturation of young creations. It's the plan of Salón Blanco Gallery. It's a very big place, but with a specific characteristic. On the other hand, the relationship between curator and space is also fundamental in the articulation of Youth Are Found exhibition, especially in a space like a Salón Blanco, with its specific characteristic in terms of dimension and architecture. Some example about the communication around our exhibitions. In some of these exhibitions, there is young artists, but also artists from other generations.
Niebla es mi primera muestra personal que estaré realizando acá en lo que viene siendo el Salón Blanco, que es parte del Gran Premio del Salón malaYerba. Es una muestra de mi trabajo desde hace 3 años de pinturas y esculturas. Fue con una de las pinturas con las que participé en el Salón de malaYerba y me pareció interesante la idea de comenzar a mostrar más esta otra faceta de mi trabajo. Niebla es quizás el reflejo de un poco la inestabilidad que se siente en las pinturas. O sea, todo parece estar muy bien, pero hay algo ahí que no está del todo completo, ¿no? Las pinturas muchas veces no están completas, los personajes no siempre están descritos del todo. Para mí, que me hayan dado la posibilidad de poner esta muestra ha sido realmente aire fresco, ¿no? O sea, es como poder realizar proyectos que antes no tenía pensado, entonces tener de repente todas estas posibilidades y yo poder concentrarme en trabajar solamente es como muy importante para mí y es un gran paso, ¿no? Un gran paso en mi carrera que no pensaba, no esperaba que llegara y a mí me parece súper bueno. Yo creo que el Fondo de Arte Joven está generando una gran cantidad de motivaciones, un interés que se renueva por el arte cubano, ¿no? Y sobre todo por este nuevo florecimiento en los géneros nuevos que viene cada vez más fuerte, digamos como una nueva manera de ver el arte cubano, que no es la misma de los 2000 o los 80, ¿no? Sino desde este tiempo que también es importante y es particular porque tiene sus características.
So I want to make a presentation where the artists are the protagonists. It is the mission of Young Art Fund, and for me it was very important to be here and the voices of the artists put in here. So I'm going to share you some image of the artists associated with the Youth Art Fund works and their project too. So the following images, we can observe how the Youth Art Fund has functioned as a space of confluence where young artists with diverse trajectory and varied conceptual exploration meet in dialogue. For example, this is Clara Massot. Is a multidisciplinary artist, winner of the first and the second prize in the first edition of malaYerba contest, with 2 works in video art. It is very important because she is a woman talking about freedom of expressions, and for us it was very interesting to find this type of works in young artists. The video is without sound, for it's part of a concept, the impossibility to express. Daniel Anton is a painter and a sculptor. We won the grand prize in the first edition of the malaYerba contest in 2023. We previously saw a video of his solo exhibition created by the Youth Art Fund team in the Salón Blanco. Is the appropriation of the myth of Laocoonte for represent the absence of representativity or referent for the young artists in Cuba, because the migrating of very important part of the sector. Carla Betancourt is one of the Artist Awards with the second prize in the second edition of malaYerba. His work is an installation with the photo and also a kind of artist book with the necklace. Migration identity is it's the theme for many young artists. It's the reality of the Cuban context nowadays, and it's the topic of many works of this generation of artists. It's very interesting, but as part of my experience here in Residency Unlimited, I saw the same motivation and the same discourse in other artists from the other context. And for me, it was very, I was surprised because we think Cuba is a word, but I think these themes are the same for many people around the world. And for me, it's the evidence that a Cuban artist is not isolated. Political question is also a theme in Cuba. Maybe with metaphorical solutions or form of expression, but we have the opportunity to make confluting many forms of many resources of expressions, painting, sculpture, video art, but also performance. Miguel Osvaldo Reyes, the artist, is another of the artists we awarded with the prize in the second edition of malaYerba. He won the first prize. In this case, Alejandro Munilla won. It was finally artist, but for me it's very interesting because it's a sculpture of José Martí, the national hero of Cuba, and his perception is very different about the problem of identity, of the political myth. It's a very critical discourse about its identity for me. Carolyn Sanchez was another artist, and she won the third prize, I think. Airel Suárez won the grand prize in the malaYerba contest. Next March, we will be working in his personal exhibition in Salón Blanco as part of the prize. I work with, for me, it's more introspective concept. In Cuba, there is a very big movement around sculpture. There is like a sculpture school in Cuba with young artists with many concepts around a form of the construction, the traditional sculpture. Alberto is one of them. There are some artists with projects that want the open call of Youth Art Fund. In this case, the Youth Art Fund accompany all the process since when they produce the works and to the exhibition results. You previously saw the video about the project of LDRTs. It was an immersive experience in a Cuban village, 2 months. The idea was took photos to the all day everyday life. There is also Victor Manuel Ojeda with an introspective painting that he has realized into installation. Gabriel Cisnero is a sculptor with a very interesting work that takes the traditional commemorative sculpture out of the usual pedestals and way of being present, giving it a less symbolic sense. The Youth Art Fund support the production of several of these sculptures. And also the book. The narrative of Jainier's works is connected to the rural environment that he lived. And also connected with the sea and the idea of the migration, the sea like a border. His work in the space of Salón Blanco Gallery. The team, Caridad, Claudia, and company. In the School of Sculpture that I mentioned, Jainier is another artist who worked there. And finally, I would like to present a video summary about a project of a curatorial project that the Youth Art Fund support, because the Youth Art Fund for first time in Cuba present an open call for curator, young curator. And this video is one of the examples of this project to that this young make possible with Youth Art Fund support. It's a thing very, you'll see. I'm sorry.
Es un proyecto que sobre todo trata de revivir el imaginario de lo sexual en las artes visuales cubanas, o sea, en dos líneas principales, ya sea como fin natural de tratamiento de un proceso vinculado a lo sexual o como medio para reflexiones que van más allá de la idea de lo sexual. Una línea semántica, ¿no? y de concepto también vinculado claro, no puede ser la escena de lo sensual y la cultura, con la idea del sexo como cultura, ¿no?
Queríamos hacer algo en particular, quizás condenado a cierto silencio institucional. Nosotros en algún momento sentimos que hacer una exposición con este tema podía haber sido una utopía, pero bueno, ha sido posible gracias al Fondo de Arte Joven. Como curador, en este caso, nos ayuda a legitimarnos a nosotros mismos porque podemos desarrollar nuestros proyectos y nos permite presentarnos, realizar nuestros sueños. Y además es una plataforma que funciona perfectamente como una plataforma también de promoción para el arte. Y eso es fundamental en este momento.
So thank you very much. Thank you.